Hi, my name is Palashkumar Patel. I'm presenting my title Exploring Early Childhood Education Theories, subtitle A Comparative Analysis of Montessori and a Sociocultural Perspective. Introduction and Purpose. Welcome to this presentation in which we discuss two major aspects of early childhood education, Maria Montessori and the social cultural approach based on Vygotsky and developed by Barbara Rego. What we want to do is compare their perspectives on the process of the child development, teaching and learning environment. We will look at the position of children, families, and educators in such frameworks and think how this perspective shapes our exciting teaching practice. Every theory provides is full piece of information as how early learning occurs via independence and structure or introduction and culture sense. This analysis stimulates us for a critical thinking concerning our role and a teacher as a teachers in a varied learning situations. The child is an active component a learner with an absorbent mind, according to Montessori, especially during their early years. She taught what children endeavor for knowledge once they are put in the right environment. Her theory focus on respect for autonomy and a capacity to choose of a child. Educators will not control learning but provide guidance throughout children exploration and development. Such perspective places the child as a powerful component actor in his her learning adventure, supporting the significance of trusting children's capacities in early childhood education. Go to the next slides. Montessori role of parents and careers. Parents are vital partners in a child's learning adventure in Montessori education. They are empowered to act independently and offer organized routines that conform to what children go through in school. Montessori encouraged the approach that is designed to produce unified effort on the parts of parents and educators, both of them striving towards the purpose of promoting the child's growth with calm, respectful support. This partnership between home and center facilitates children's ability to be self-confident and independent in both settings. Parents are not bystanders but actors contributing in developing the total well-being of their child. Go to the next slides. Montessori view of development. Montessori through the that children go through a certain stage of growth and at certain stages there are sensitive periods that children are very respective to learning particular skills. For instance, a child can be at a strong stage of a strong interest in a language or order. Her model is not only cognitive developmental but also social, physical, and emotional development by nature. Learning is hands-on. Children use their eyes, ears, and hands to know the world. This holistic method facilitates all-round development and goes hand in hand with the interconnected nature of child developments as posited in contemporary models. Go to the next slide. Montessori learning environment. In a Montessori environment, the environment for learning is termed as the prepared environment. The design of the space provides for every aspect of the space to satisfy development need of the child. But materials are arranged. They are in rich and they are attractive and functional. Children can engage in any activity they choose, which is promoting their freedom, concentration, and love for learning. The materials are self-correcting and so children can identify and correct themselves without adults intervention. Besides, mixed age classroom build a very strong sense of community in such a way that older children teach their younger counterparts. This organized yet loose environment enables children to become self-reliant learners. Go to the next slides. Curriculum and frameworks. The curriculum developed by Montessori takes into consideration the whole child curriculum and consists of practical life skills, sensorial materials, mathematics, language, and cultural education. Kids decide on their own activities depending on the interests and preparedness, engaging them in a compulsion and internal motivation. Unlike an old school curriculum, there is no hardwired uh, the outcome for a grade. Rather, it's measured by the outcome of mastery and reputation of a child. The earlier learning framework is aligned with what is expressed by the Montessori's approaches, such as emphasis on agencies, activity participations, and the crucial place of learning environment. This curriculum pursues lifelong learners who are confident because of choices and self-directions. Go to the next slides. The role of the teacher. In the case of Montessori education, the teachers was mostly known as the directors and a guide. They are supposed to observe every child, determine the developmental stage of each of them, and present materials at the right time rather than reach the lessons. The teachers make sure the learning environment is properly ready, interesting, and encourages individuals' learning, such as attitude towards the peace and the choice of a child encourages his intrinsic motivation and self-worth. Go to the next slides. View of the child. Based on Regov Vygotsky, a social culture, socio-culture perspective, children are regarded as the actor in their development through meaningful social integration. Interaction, learning is a social activity and takes place within relationship, family, peers, and community. Introduce the concept of zone of proximal development that outline what can be accomplished by children when helped. This is developed by Regov, who stressed the significance of involvement in a cultural practice and a cooperative involvement. Collaboration in learning broadens children's knowledge. The children become apprentices to learn a culture rather than a passive recipients of the information. Go to the next slide. Role of parent and careers. In the sociocultural perspective, parents' role is not in caring for their child. They are active facilitators of his or her cognitive and social development. Children acquires the culture Children acquires for cultures, values, and solving strategies through daily tasks, habits, and co-actives such as storytelling or cooking. Emphasized the role of scaffolding in which a parent offer the right amount of support needed by a child to complete something he or she could not do on his or her own. Raghav extended this to culture participation and demonstrated how learning lies within community activities. This model helps educators to see families and as a critical partners in learning and development. A respectful, culturally responsive reports with them. Go to the next slides. Revok view of development. Rogoff's interpretations of Vygotsky ideas believes development is a cooperative process linked with culture. Learning does not enroll in the universal stages, but depends on the child's culture, settings, and relations with other people. The zone of proximal development is crucial. It is the place where children are learning most efficiently. accompanied by some older and wiser person like a peer or an adult. Based on the same idea, Regop expand is it easy guided participation as it entails joint activities aimed at understanding. Culture tools such as storytelling symbols or traditional routines take a significant role in determining the way children think and learn in this approach. Go to the next slide. Learning environment. According to the socio-cultural approach, the learning environment should be full of interaction and connected to the real life activities such as settings promoted shared task peer-to-peer cooperation and as adult directed studies. Children participate in valuable conversations and problem solving usually in play-based or culturally identified settings. Instead of the old static classrooms, environments are dynamic and they are reflective of children's culture settings. Such tools such as storytelling, visual aids, and community routines are to be at the very core of knowledge building. Such environments facilitate cognitive development since learning is incorporated into familiar surrounding in the social situation whereby children learn while doing and form participation. Go to the next slide. Curriculum and framework. Curriculum from a Ragob's socio-cultural view is not defined. It emerges in the course of shared experience, interests, and cultural narratives. To a great extent, this idea support the early year learning framework, especially the set of principles of belonging, being, and becoming educators collaborate to create a curriculum through monitoring kids' interests and incorporating relevant community content rather than lesson plans that are flexible. This approach appreciates children's lives and values inquiry and open-ended questions. Experience it enables learner to discover identity and culture through play, language, and relationship, creating close and individuals tie with knowledge. Go to the next slide. The role of the teacher. In the socio-cultural model, what the teachers does it is not so much developing content, but guiding the learning process. The teacher deserve observe, listen, and offer scaffolding for expanding children's thinking in the zone of proximal development. Teacher facilitates speaking and dialogic exchanges among children where they could collaborate together and solve issues and develop knowledge. They also use children's culture and community experience in the curriculum. Adopting these approaches, the teachers will be seen as the core learner who contributes to the learning process of the child, making it possible for a common construction of a meaning and a deeper understanding. Go to the next slide. Analysis. Montessori and Rogoff both understanding the child being able the same times differ in the Montessori provides a structured environment while still encouraging independence, learning and through self-paced. By contrast, Rogoff focus on learning as a social phenomenon which is based on a relationship and cultural experiences. Go to the next slide. Implication and educator. The Montessori and the sociocultural approaches are useful for educators to glimpse. Teachers apply these theories in order to plan it with intent while recognize when they need to step back or get involved. Educators encourage rich environments that immerse all learners in the systemic of structure independence, merging with collaborative cultural learning and therefore lead our learns open the theory informed adaptations. Go to the next slide. Questions for discussion. Now that we have looked at these two discussion questions, let us reflect on them. First, turn back to your own teaching. Are you more of an advocate, Montessori structure, independence, or regards collaborative learning? How do you modify your approach in line with different needs? Second, consider culture reproaches. How do we integrate culture knowledge, family operation, and values of the community while maintaining a structured learning system such as the L5 EYLM? These questions are aimed at stimulating critical thinking and us to think about how theory is able to take place in actual classroom environments. Go to the next slide. So this is the references. Thank you so much.